What is up, guys? Welcome to day number 2. We're going to go over the only way you can lose or gain body fat. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, and this is backed up by science, not opinion, not anything else. And I will cite a few of the studies, state my sources, because this goes a little bit different than what some of your favorite influencers, Eddie Boo, for example, might be saying. So, the only way you can gain or lose fat is through thermodynamics. That is basically calories in versus calories out. That is the only way you can gain or lose body fat. To lose body fat, you want to be in a calorie deficit. To gain fat, to gain muscle, to gain size, you want to be in a slight calorie surplus. So, why do people out there say calorie deficits don't work and all that sort of stuff? Very simply, right? When we come down to working out what a calorie deficit is, we need to know where you're spending your calories. Where are you burning your calories? So, at the top, we have something called your EAT, your exercise thermogenesis. This is the amount of calories you burn during exercise. Now, if you're lucky, that'll be about 5 to 10% of your daily calories. Now, instantly you're going to think there's not a huge amount of calories that we're burning daily in the gym. And this is a mentality on when you're going into the gym and you're training with it. We're not in the gym just to lose body fat. We're in the gym to build muscle. We're in the gym to build strength. We're in the gym to build a strong body, to prevent injuries and all that sort of stuff. The gym is fantastic. Not the best for losing body fat, but everything else that goes around it, it is so important. Then we have something called your NEAT. And this is a bit of the equation where it gets a little bit more complex than a lot of people might tell you. And this is, I'm going to explain to you why a lot of people say this theory doesn't work, and why when they tell you this theory doesn't work, they're actually reinforcing why the theory works. So this is your non-exercise. And this can be anywhere between 10 to 20% of your daily calories. So the important thing to realize about your NEAT, the most common one you might have heard about your NEAT in terms of trying to get your steps up, is more than that. It is so much more than that. Your NEAT, one of the primary functions with your NEAT, where you're burning calories, is fidgeting. Because you think about this logically, right? If I stood here and gave all of these presentations, stood like this, I'm not moving that much, so I'm not going to be burning that much energy because I'm not moving. However, you could tell when I've had a fair bit of caffeine because I start moving my hands more, all that sort of stuff. So that is also, in a way, genetics. Some people naturally have a higher NEAT than others. So some people already at the table have a slight advantage over other people because naturally they will fidget more, meaning they burn more calories. Then you've got something called your teeth. So this is basically the amount of energy that is required for your body to break down food and use it into energy. Thermic effect of food. We'll go over this in a little bit more detail. Fats is 0 to 3% teeth. Carbs tend to be about 5 to 10%. And protein is 20 to 30%. And I'm going to go over in a lot more detail why protein is so important, why PTs rave about protein, and why it's going to help you tenfold when it comes down to weight loss, toning up, getting fitter, getting stronger. Then, your teeth tends to be around the 5% mark. So this is something that we basically call your active calories. So your body has to do something to use them. The main other one, and this is where people tend to get confused, and this is where people begin to do gymnastics with the science to try to sell you their ebook telling you carbs make you fat, insulin's the reason, blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah. We've all heard this pseudoscience rubbish. Cool. BMR, basal metabolic rate, that is amount of calories that you require to basically be in a coma. That is your coma calories. That is your brain function. That is your lungs working. That is your heart beating. That is just you living before you start moving, before you start doing anything else. Now, a lot of things can affect your BMR. So if you have something like PCOS, for example, your BMR can be down by around the 20% mark. If you have hypothyroid, Your BMR, again, that can do about a 15% either way. So when we talk about calories in, calories out, it's the most important thing when it comes down to fat loss. The only thing that controls your weight. What a lot of people neglect to tell you is about your basal metabolic rate. This is slightly different for absolutely everybody. Now, later on in this training, I'm going to go over with you how to find out what calories are right for you. Because everyone, as you can sort of work out through your NEAT, through your teeth, through your BMR, is slightly different. It's not quite enter your details onto a calorie calculator, done, we've got it. I'll go over that later. Anyway, have a great day and I will see you tomorrow.